Greetings all, FerrariMan601 here. Welcome back to F1 2017. New idea for videos like this. What we're going to do here is actually a truncated historic championship. We have 3 races here on the calendar. We're starting in Austria at the A1/Red Bull Ring. The next round will be at Silverstone, and then the final round is going to be at Monza. These are all going to be variable weather 25% races with full rules and one-shot qualifying. So we're going to see if we can challenge for a championship with the Williams FW14B. It is a very good car. It's not the fastest of the Class 2 cars, and I should mention that we only have Class 2 cars in this championship. So everything from the McLaren MP413 all the way down to the McLaren MP44. So that whole swath of 90s cars going into the late 80s there with the MP44. It should be interesting. I don't know really how we're going to stack up. I've actually never done just an exclusive Class 2 race before, so we're going to find out. Let's go to qualifying here in Austria for round 1 of our ad hoc championship. See, we've got the MP413 as our reference for P1. I don't think we're going to be able to challenge for pole position. And remember, we do not have a divided field in terms of class, so where we qualify is where we will start. Actually not doing too badly here, hanging with the 413. We're not as fast as him, but we're pretty close. I'm actually quite surprised at how well we're doing. And it looks like that's good for 3rd place on the starting grid. And indeed it is. Not bad. Not bad at all. We could establish ourselves as a front runner in this championship.
So that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action.
You can see here,
it's goodbye.
How many cars of each type do we have in the field? Obviously, we're all Class 2 runners. We've got the 2 MP413s at the front. We have 3 FW14s here in positions 3, 4, and 5. And we have another one down in P9. So you'll see some of the usual names here in their appropriate cars, but we've got some other names here that are a little bit displaced. For example, Barnes and Giles, they're normally running in the Renault R26 when we have Class 1 and Class 2, but here they're all running in MP46s. Interesting. Correa normally running in the MP423, but now we've got him in the MP44. 4 of each car appears to be on the grid here. Very interesting to make up our 20 runners there. 4 of each car. Very cool. Obviously, our championship standings right now, it's all 0 points, so just running there basically by car number, I would assume perhaps it's running as. Now, that doesn't make any sense. So it's just random selection at the moment. So interesting to see here, but we're going to see how a one-class championship works. Again, truncated into 3 rounds. Next thing to do is to race here in Austria, so we'll do that in just a moment. Welcome to the grid here in round 1 of our historic championship. It is raining, as you can see, the whole field running on the wet weather tires. It looks to be set in for the entire duration of the race weather-wise. So we'll see how we can convert this P3 starting position. I'm trying a radical strategy here. I really don't have anything to lose. As long as we score some good points, we'll be in contention. I have short-fueled the car by 1 lap, so I'm anticipating running slower, of course, due to the weather conditions, and therefore we'll be able to save some fuel, but I'm 1 lap short. We'll see how it works. To the formation lap.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
This FW14B does have built-in traction control despite me having turned off all the aids in the game settings. So we'll see how this works. It looks like Clark overtook Moreno there on the start of the formation lap. Moreno is our pole sitter. Perhaps the Williams traction control will help me in these conditions. We'll see. We do have to save fuel, though, as I mentioned. We are 1 lap short on fuel. Really going to have to work on building brake temperature in these conditions. Not really concerned about tire temperature. These wets work best when they're kind of cold, actually. Of course, we're going to have to protect them. We'll see if we have to make a pit stop. Tire wear tends to be higher on this 14B, so we're going to see how the tire wear situation shakes out over the course of the race. Of course, that's notwithstanding any incidents that may occur. Let's get ourselves configured for the start. Mix 3. Wait for the computer to take over. There we go. We drive through Santiago Moreno. Oh, yes. And to the grid. And Moreno returns the favor driving through us. We are on the clean line for the start. Doesn't matter as much in these conditions, though.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Standing by for the rest of the grid to form up behind us. 20 historic cars. No matter what happens, it's going to be cool. Stand by for the start here in Austria for round 1. And we are away, allowing the traction control to mitigate all that wheel spin for us. Try to protect ourselves off the start. Not the best getaway, but not the worst. We maintain our position into turn 1. It is very, very wet here. Lots of standing water. See those McLarens already starting to fight each other. We've got 18 laps to work our way through the field if we can. Bit of an optimistic maneuver on my part.
Start phase. Now let's build on it.
But that is a position. We do have superior traction. Let's just hold station here. Again, we do have to save a lot of fuel. Wheel spin all the time through that long right-hand corner. Williams traction control helping me enormously in these early stages. As we run around, a dry line may appear. You can see the wheel tracks of the McLaren in front. McLaren coming to fight us. We've made contact. We're continuing to make contact. He's going to have to drop back. Moreno sets fastest lap on lap 1. Fuel delta is minus 1.35. We have to save a lot of fuel. McLaren coming back at us. See if we can protect that track position. He's still there. He drops back wisely. The other MP413 has just gone. A little bit of a dryish line is beginning to form. That's good. McLaren really fighting us hard on these early laps. Going to go wide a little bit, keep it together. Moreno resets fastest lap.
They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Murray has a mechanical issue. He's in the other FW14B.
Okay, we're low on fuel. Try shifting up the gears a little sooner. This should help us save some fuel.
That's a lot of wheel spin. We lose our position there, at least for the moment.
Clear.
Attia out of the race. We've retaken P2. If the only thing we can get out of today is second place, that would be fine. That would be totally fine. The only thing is, we're up against the MP413s, and they are the class of the field. They are the fastest cars. So in terms of championship considerations, even finishing second in all three races might not be enough. We have managed to save a little bit of fuel so far.
Lower the fuel mix, go easy on the throttle.
Yes, I'm aware of the fuel situation. After all, I'm the reason we have it. McLaren is coming up. He's got the preferred inside line here. We can still outbrake him. Can we keep him behind? Yep. How's the rest of the car looking? Tire wear already starting to act up a little bit on the rears. Fuel delta is minus 1.18. Clark has dropped back a little bit. As long as we can maintain position, I'll be happy. I'd be happy to sort of trundle around all day here.
Our gap to first place is 16.2 seconds.
Okay, big accident, and we're out of the race.
Bad. Are you all right? Let me know if you're
Okay, we are out of the race. That's not very good at all. He just came from very far back. I went defensive, he was too close, he punted me into the barrier, and that's it. We're out of round one, no points. We failed to convert our third place starting position. This is not a good situation at all for us.
Drivers then out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix.
Is that a...
The drama and excitement are over, and it's time to let it all sink in.
Huh.
Congratulations to our top three
Who is the
today.
eventual winner here? Find out in a moment. Just show us the results screen. Who won the race? What's the championship situation? Santiago Moreno
That's
won the
it for
race.
today's Grand
There we
Prix,
go.
And from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
And there we are. We have Moreno winning the race, Clark in second, and Alex Murray and the other FW14B coming in third, rounding out the podium. That is encouraging for us. However, look at where we are. We finish ahead of Atille, who had retired on lap 2, I believe, but the championship situation is not very good for us at the moment. Points going down to P10, of course. We are running the 2017 F1 point system, but we have a lot of work to do and only 2 rounds remaining to do it. That first race did not go so well for us, but it is still theoretically possible for us to win the championship. So we're not out of it yet, but we have to see what we can do. We're already in need of a miracle. We're going to find out what happens next at Silverstone. All right, welcome to round 2. We are pointless still in round 2 of this championship after an absolutely disastrous race in Austria. But one-shot qualifying is upon us for Silverstone. The conditions are clear, and hopefully we're going to be in contention for a good starting position. Let's give it a try. We really need to be getting on with our challenge for the championship if we are to win it. Get on with the program here. Clark is our P1 mark at the moment. So far we're up on P1 at the moment. Let's see if we can continue this. Maintaining this. Will the McLaren have superior straight line speed? It well might. And down hanger straight towards Stowe corner. Still have a reasonable gap behind. This may well be good for pole position, is it? I believe it is. There it is, pole position. That's good. That's just what we need here. All is not lost yet.
It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
So there we are. We're on pole, followed by Howard Clark in the MP413. Santiago Moreno, the championship leader at the moment, winner of the race in Austria. He is in P3. Alex Murray, our teammate in the FW14 in P4. Our other teammate, Jonas Schiffer, in P5. So we have a lot of 14Bs up at the front, so that could be giving the McLarens a little bit of trouble. I've demonstrated here that the FW14B has the potential to be faster than the McLarens, but we're going to see how it all shakes out. Again, looking at the championship table, it is not good at the moment. No points for qualifying. We were P3 in Austria, and then we retired in an accident. We're P1 here in Britain, but can we convert this into anything? Let's find out next. Welcome to the grid at a very rainy and wet Silverstone, the second race in succession where it's now raining on race day. Well, that didn't spell too well for us last time out. I'm a bit nervous about this. If we don't get a good finish today, we're completely out of contention for the title. Remember, I'm on no points at all right now, so this really does count for everything. To the formation lap.
Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
The track is very wet. Looks like the rain's going to be with us for the entire duration. Really wish it were dry because, as we demonstrated in qualifying, we can be fast. Being the pole position man, I do get to dictate the pace of the formation lap. So I want to go pretty fast. It's just going to be very wet for this whole race. Accepting my fate already, will we be able to defend from the McLarens? We will find out. We did see in Austria that I had superior traction than they did. That could count for something here, particularly in Sector 1 and in some capacity in Sector 3. Sector 2, though, mostly medium and high-speed corners. That's going to be hurting us. And once again, we're going to have to be worried about tire wear on this Williams. Let's get ourselves configured for the start. Last time I drove this Williams in the wet at Silverstone, it didn't go so well. See if we can put that right here today. Got a big gap to the guys behind. We'll be sitting on the grid for quite a while. Of course, I do have the advantage of being in clear air. I'll be the only one in perfectly clear air off the start. However, is that good for anything? We're going to find out.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
And now the wait for everybody else to assemble. If we don't perform here today, we're out of championship contention, definitely. Only 3 rounds and no points from round 1. About half the grid is here. The other runners are forming up. And getting set for the start. Here we go. So defensive straight away. McLaren got a better getaway. Both the McLarens got a better getaway. They take me immediately. That's exactly what I do not need. However, we pass Moreno. Might have a slight run on Clark. Wheel spin all the time. No grip at all here. We retake P1 for the moment. 13 laps to play.
That's a good start. Keep it up.
We have a surplus of fuel this time. So we can go as fast as possible. Not worry about it so much. I would have liked to see how that strategy in Austria might have played out. I could have saved enough fuel, I could have maintained P2. But all of that is gone now. Of course, in these early laps, I'm the first car to get over the water, so there's no dry line for me yet, if there's going to be one. I can't really see what the track progression's going to be yet. But I do see some blue sky up ahead. Not quite sure why it's raining then, but it is. McLaren's got a little bit of a run. I don't think he's going to try anything. Nope. I'm so much better into the corners, it appears. Try to use that to our advantage. Set fastest lap off the standing start. McLaren's really harrying me into turn 1. Gonna have to be careful on defense. You could argue that the incident in Austria was just as much my fault as it was the fault of Clark. Try and keep this thing under control. Basically, it's a game of hurry up and wait. So do we have any hints of a drying line starting to form? Not really. Maybe in another couple of laps. We also have to think about trying to protect our rears. Even though we've got traction control, it's not going to mitigate all of the wheel spin. And if we make a pit stop, then we can say goodbye to any chance of a victory for sure, and maybe, given how closely bunched the field is behind us, even any chance of points. Santiago Moreno sets fastest lap, being harried into one. Don't let them push us wide. They're faster than us in Sector 3. I appear to be somewhat better in Sector 1. McLaren has another run on us. We pull out a little bit into the complex. Emphasis on a little bit.
Light rain will stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay.
Light rain is here to stay. Not really what I wanted to hear. I was hoping it would dry out, but it's not. Speaking of drying out, still no real hint of a dry line forming. Here's where we have to watch out for the McLarens. Short shifting a little bit, trying to control that wheel spin. Working lap 4 of 13. Pace is greatly diminished due to the conditions. Purple in Sector 1. Really have no breathing room whatsoever behind. It's going to be a fight the whole way. Helicopter flying a bit low there. Aquaplaning there. I was really hoping for a nice easy day, honestly, but we didn't get it. Honestly, having it dry in qualifying doesn't help that much. To the end of lap 4. 52% wear on the rear tires already. That's what I'm talking about. We've really got to watch those rear tires. Thing is, if we stay out on them, we're going to basically root them, and they could even blow at some point. So we probably are going to need a pit stop here, which is going to spell the end for our contention for victory. I don't think anybody's going to need a pit stop, but we will. just is not a good situation at all for us. If it were dry, none of this would be happening. We'd be scampering off tire wear would be under control, but in the wet, this Williams just eats its rear tires alive. McLaren's got a big run. .50% tire wear on lap 5. How's that possible? Aaron's got to run into Stowe. Starting to get the sense that we're fighting a losing battle. A big-time losing battle. We do have the pace to lead. But having the pace to win, in other words, being able to keep up this pace for the rest of the day, I don't think that's really possible. Not given that tire wear situation. That's incredible. 61% already on that left rear. That's really bad. Does not make good prospects for us in the least. Coming up to half distance. Noah Visser is out of the race. See, if we were to get a safety car, ideally coming out right at the end of the lap, that would be helpful. At this point, that doesn't seem likely. Maintain this lead now for 6 laps, working lap 7. Short shifting a lot again, trying to mitigate that wheel spin. 69% wear now on that left rear.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
McLaren's made contact with me. What was he thinking? Honestly, what was he thinking? Now I've been hit from behind. Tires are rooted, being warned for that collision with Moreno. Murray has passed me. Now we have to make a pit stop. Box this lap, box this lap.
Understood, copy that.
Why am I getting hit from behind? Why is this happening? Everything was so under control. I might have just been able to eke those tires out to the end of the race, but not now. And of course, the guys in front of me have no damage at all. Gonna go on to the wets. There's our race done.
Go, go, go.
Looks like we're going to rejoin in P9 or so. Incredible. Incredible turn of events here. And of course, nobody else ever has to make a pit stop.
No more scheduled pit stops.
I don't understand how I could be hit that hard and the other guy who hit and he doesn't have any damage. Let's see if we can salvage anything here. Right now I'm on for P9. And of course, nobody's going to get a penalty for it either. Let's see how many car parts are down here in Cobb's Corner. None. None whatsoever. How? Howard Clark, fastest lap. Santiago Moreno, fastest lap. What a surprise. I know positions 8 and 7 are not far up the road from us, but can I actually gain on them? Remains to be seen.
Okay, the gap behind is 14.6 seconds.
14 seconds behind.
Gap to car in front is 3.0 seconds.
3 seconds to the car in front. I've set a personal best in Sector 1, up 7/10. I think we've got the pair of FW18s in front of us. We might be in contention for their positions. We have Levasseur and Belisov.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
It's a three-way Williams battle. Just drive past them. Up into P7. Calabresi, I believe, is also in an FW14B. Driver in front.
Moreno ahead. They've just entered the pits.
Moreno's made a pit stop. Okay. There's Moreno right there. okay. Now overtaken Moreno. Clark is in P5. He also made a pit stop then. See, this is the problem with being out of position now. You don't know what guys behind you are doing. Rain's still going to be with us. Don't hit me again. I think that was Moreno who hit us before, was it not? Can't quite remember. Up into P6. It'd be really nice if they'd give him a penalty. They may well have done, I just don't know about it. Three laps to go. What's our tire wear doing? 26%.
Okay, gap to leader, 20.3 seconds.
20.3 seconds to the leader and 3 laps to do it. Not going to happen. Moreno right there.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Understood. 3 laps of fuel left. Really concentrating on the mirrors more than anything. Don't try that move again. You know how that ends. It's all pretty serious stuff, I must say. Not really getting the chance to be as colorful because, well,
Okay, gap ahead is 5.6 seconds.
5.6 to Calabresi in front.
We pretty much burned up our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
You can see Calabresi in front. May we be on for another position? Maybe. Come on, Moreno. Just behave yourself back there. Moreno going to the inside. We make some light contact. Moreno coming back again a little bit, 42% wear on the left rear. There's Calabrese in our sights. One lap of fuel remains.
This is your final lap.
Final lap.
Final lap of the race.
Can we get P5 on the last lap? We're going to try. Gonna try right now. So far it appears that we have now Calabrese, act as a spoiler, please. Opens is the next car ahead. I can just barely see him. Fuel delta is plus 0.09. Moreno has gotten past Calabrese. That's not good. Fuel delta plus 0.08. Can't turn the engine up anymore. Maybe just for a moment down the straight. Not going to be able to challenge Copens. If we had one more lap, maybe. But not here. And that's that.
Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
P5. So we finally score some points in this championship at least, but it's not the pole position we started from. That's disappointing. Maybe we could have done something.
I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see.
And don't tell me Alex Murray won it.
Onto the podium.
If he won it, that means 14B won. What have we got? Yes, Alex Murray did win the race.
It's goodbye, and see you again next time.
And Schiffer in B2, and another 14B. That's really, really discouraging. But we do finish ahead of Moreno. That means what for the championship standings? Alex Murray is now your points leader with 40 points on the board. There I am, Ferrari man, in P7. So the maximum for winning a race is 25 points. So that would bring us up to 35. We are mathematically eliminated from winning the championship at this point because Alex Murray has 40. However, we could challenge for second place, third place, fourth place. So all of that is still open. So the vice champion spot is still on the cards. We're going to see what happens here the rest of the points table. Everybody down to P12. Martin Giles, our last point scorer, and then everybody from P13 down to P20 has yet to score. We're going to be going into the final round of our championship after we check these race results. Any DNFs? Yep, Noah Visser, our only DNF. Correa and Forrest finished one lap down. Could have been a lot more, but we salvaged P5 from it, so we're officially classified at least now in the championship. The final round at Monza comes up next. Welcome to Monza for the final round of our historic championship. We have been mathematically eliminated from winning the championship. However, we've got 10 points on the board. We are theoretically still in contention for second place. However, qualifying for the final round gets underway right now. can see we have a straight line speed deficit already to Clark in the MP413. And we totally messed up on the downshifts there, and that completely destroyed the lap, I think. Gonna see if they'll still classify me anyway. I've never driven the 14B at Monza before. I've really got to get those downshifts done. The gearbox is somewhat sluggish sometimes. It rejects downshifts outright. Down the back straight, under the banking. Just picked up a little bit of gravel that killed our momentum. I'm not even sure if they'll classify this lap, because I technically cut the first chicane. The line, what is it good for? I think it's good for P3. And it is good for P3, so we're behind the McLarens.
With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Alright, so the story of this championship so far, I'm decent at qualifying, but I'm not so decent in the race. Unfortunately, that's where the points are awarded. So we'll see what happens here. The rest of the grid, as we can see. Schiffer down there in P7. Calabresi down there in P9. And then pretty much status quo toward the back. We'll see how this shakes out in a few moments. Welcome to the grid here at Monza. We're in P3. It is finally a dry day here. Finally, we're going to get a dry race in, I do believe. Carrying a lot of extra fuel on board. We're not going to make a pit stop, at least that's the plan. So we'll see how that comes to fruition to the formation lap for the final round.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Right. So there's our start figured out. Was not expecting Alex Murray to be winning the championship, but consistency wins the day, I guess. I have a slight advantage here because I'm running on slicks and the McLaren's obviously running on those groove tires. I don't know if the game takes into consideration the differences between a true slick and the grooves, but we'll find out. Formation lap pace is pretty good. I know I'm going to have a straight line speed deficit to the McLarens, so this is probably not the best position to be in. Nonetheless, here we are. Get ourselves configured for the start. Bits of heats into the tires. Drive through Moreno, who continues to weave through us. And we are on the grid.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Yeah, we're watching for those lights. And the backfield is in. Here we go. Final round. We get a decent getaway. McLaren's pulling away from us a bit. Out of position for where I'd like to be into turn 1 up the middle.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
All right. So that's P1. Fuel delta is plus 4.16. Got a lot of extra fuel on board. I don't want to make a pit stop. So carrying this extra fuel is going to hurt the tires a little bit in the beginning. See if we can build a gap. If I win the race here today, depending on what happens behind, I could find myself finishing second in the championship. Of course, I would need Clark or Moreno to retire for that to happen. Could be on for third or fourth place, depending on how it shakes out. If I win, I'd be on 35 points. Fastest lap of the race, as one might suspect. McLarens are coming back now. Slightly better out of the corners, but they're better down the straights. I'm a sitting duck for them. Whatever I do, I cannot allow them to get ahead. I want to win a race here. Be nice. McLarens are hanging right with me. What's our tire wear looking like? All right, a little high. See if the guys behind have to make a pit stop like they did at Silverstone. It's possible. Howard Clark, fastest lap. It's coming up the inside. We're going to block. We're going to try to block anyway. We're making contact. Got a yellow flag. Something has gone wrong. I think that was Moreno who went off. That might have been Moreno who went off there. I don't know if he crashed or anything, but Murray is now up into P3. Clark is coming strong. He compromised our entry into Parabolica slightly, recovered. And he's going to have that toe down start finish, just like Moreno tried to do. Don't try the same maneuver, because I will do the same to you. Barely got the car stopped. Tire wear is under control. Fuel delta is plus 3.24. He's a bit farther back now. Don't have to worry about attacks immediately. Underneath the banking, coming up to Ascari. Setting personal best sectors this lap. He's got that draft once again down start finish. He's going inside. We've made contact, we've made heavy contact. I tagged the wall, I think he tagged the wall as well. Oh, this is going to be fun. Is our tire wear situation under control? Better than him everywhere except the straights. That's not what you want at a place like Monza.
Some information on Murray. They seem to have an issue.
Murray's got a problem. Now if Murray drops back, we might find out where Moreno is if he's still running. I would assume he's dropped back into fourth. Based off what I saw happen in the mirrors there at turn 1. I saw McLaren going sideways. Clark is a little bit further back now. Roth is up into P3. Try that move again. The AI really doesn't learn very effectively. They try the same thing every lap. Getting almost a half distance, working lap 6 of 13. Santiago Moreno is still running. He just set fastest lap, but where is he? He could be in P4, he could be in P5. He's not in the top 3 though. Virtual safety car might be interesting at this point. Farther back, tire wear is under control, car is healthy. Working lap 7 of 13, halfway. And for the first time in a long while, I don't have to go defensive into turn 1. Let's see how this works. Clark is closer. He's going to be a threat down the back straight toward Ascari. Let's drop back a little bit. He's in my draft, but he's not close enough to attempt anything. Fuel delta is plus 2.13. Clark just half a second back. He is in the draft. He is gaining on us all the time. Go defensive once again into one. We hold him off. Seems like that's the only place he's content to try to attack me. If he could stick with me through Sector 2, he'd have an opportunity into Ascari, but he doesn't seem to be able to attack the corners in the same way I can. His advantage is all down the straights. Just get so much better drive out of the second chicane. And then here through the Lesmos as well. You can see in the mirrors how much he drops back. Full race update.
You're leading the pack. P1, Clark behind. The gap is less than a second. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 6 laps to go.
All right. Tire wear is fine. No issues to speak of. Let's drop back quite a bit now. See, there's actually a gap between us on the radar even. He's almost a full second behind. Lap 9 of 13. Fuel delta is plus 1.66. Might have to turn the engine down a little bit. Driver behind.
Clark behind. Less than a second separate you. The time last lap was a 1 minute 31.2.
31.2 is his last lap time. What's our lap time going to be? Fastest lap of the race, 129.890.
We're seeing a gap.
Car behind is dropping back, they say. It's a bit over exuberant into turn
There's
1.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Clark is having to save fuel. That's the only thing I can divine here from his pace. And this is where the whole idea of carrying some surplus fuel comes to fruition. He has to back off and I don't. Tire wear is nominal. 15 seconds back to Roth in P3. Calabrese out of the race. He's another 14B.
The gap behind us is 1.8 seconds.
1.8 seconds in hand now. Working lap 11 of 13. Fuel delta is +1, almost exactly. Might have to save a little bit of fuel.
Caution, caution.
Yellow flag ahead. This is Calabrese, I believe. Yep. Green flag's coming back.
Okay, clear.
Purple in sectors 1 and 2 so far this lap. Fuel delta plus 0.86. And fastest lap reset.
That's a new fastest lap for the race.
129.775. 2 laps to go.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
2 laps of fuel left and 2 laps of racing left. It's going to be close in terms of whether or not I can continue to run in Mix 3. We have to save a little bit. We can afford to. Let's do that while we can afford to. Drop down to Mix 2. The gap behind seems stable. It's all very good.
This is your final lap of the race.
Starting the final lap here. Going up to some lap traffic, perhaps. Let's see the MP44s. Hear them off in the distance. Got about half a lap of extra fuel on board. Driver behind.
Clark behind. The gap to the car behind is 3.3 seconds.
3.3 seconds
The
behind.
last lap was a 1:30.8.
Alright, so we're about a second a lap faster than him. Up to one of those MP44s.
Moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
He's getting blue flags. It's Correa. Alright. There we are, there's the checkered flag. And the victory is ours. We win in the final round.
That's the race win.
It's my first win in a 14B. Puts us on 35 points in the championship, but what's
Welcome
it
then
good
to the
for?
podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
2 Americans on the podium. Has that ever happened in Formula One? Some statisticians in the audience will probably know the answer immediately.
That's
And
it
the
for
race
today's
results.
Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Not a very good showing today from the 14Bs. Very good showing from the FW18s, though. Have a look at that, 3rd and 4th. The other MP413 of Santiago Moreno all the way down in 5th. He was involved in that incident when he tried to attack me. But you can see here, we did set fastest lap and we held on to it until the end. Very cool. Everybody else down here, the other 14Bs in 6th and 7th. And yep, Calabresi there, the only DNF. Correa, the only car, 1 lap down. I lapped him literally in the final corner. That was kind of annoying, but it happened anyway. The final championship standing, where do we stack up? We finished 4th in the championship on pure points. It had nothing to do with me having a tiebreak with having won a race. We do it purely on points. 4th in the championship. Howard Clark is your champion. I incorrectly declared Alex Murray the champion last time around, so it was actually Howard Clark who won it in the MP413. Alex Murray in 2nd place in the final standing. Santiago Moreno in the other MP413 in 3rd spot in the championship, and then we managed to finish 4th. Mind you, we didn't score any points in round 1 in a 3-round championship, so finishing 4th on 35 points, that's not so bad, I must say. We don't have the distinction of being the most highly placed FW14. That goes to Alex Murray, but we both have a win apiece, so that's honestly, I think, the best job that we could have done. Looking down the rest of the championship standings, everybody down to P13 has scored points. Martin Giles there, our last point scorer in the MP4-6. And then Visser, Atiye, Barnes, Sari, Mikalski, Forrest, and Correa never scored any points there in the MP4-4s and the 412T. So that's what we can do in a championship, a historic championship, a 3-race battle for the title. Just a different sort of idea, a different sort of way of presenting these race videos in F1 2017. Let me know what you think of it, just a spur-of-the-moment thing that came to me and said, why not, let's do it. So we've done it, and we finished 4th in our first attempt here. I know that I could probably do better, and then, of course, some of it is down to luck with the weather conditions and being hit from behind in turn 1 in Austria, but aside from that, not a bad effort. I'm fairly content with where we shook out in the end. So, until next time, thank you all very, very much for watching. Ferrari Man 601 saying thanks, and we will see you soon.